Let this one go since we cut it off earlier and bring it back.
The world famous Mr. Magic Rap Attack presents
As we proceed to give you what you need.
Hello everyone, Stritch here, back at it with Mayor, my guy Ty Mayor. We're ready for a fun pod. This could be a quick one because not too much has happened of significance in the sports world the last couple days. We got a few things to discuss though, like unfortunately it looks like, what's his name, Stanton's going to the Yankees, and it's just depressing to hear that. They're going to have quite the lineup in the upcoming season.
It's the most unfortunate news. I woke up, didn't even really see any of the news. Only I saw, texts from Jared, from Plattis, from all the Yankee fans telling me, acknowledging that Stanton has been traded to the Yankees. I think Carabas said it best. If you thought that he was not going to the Yankees, I mean, you were just fooling yourself at this point. He was either going to the Yankees or the Dodgers. And, guess who happens to work in the Marlins front office? Derek Jeter, one of the most infamous Yankees of all time. Yeah. I mean, it just felt so forced to think like the Giants and the Cardinals wanted him. The Giants and Cardinals never had a chance. Why would he ever want to go to St. Louis?
That's a great question. Like we talked about that Japanese guy, whatever his name is.
Yep.
What is it?
Ohtani.
How he wants to go to the small market. Giancarlo, he's not doing that. He wants to go to the Yanks. He wants to be a big shot. He's going to be hitting literally pop flies to right field out of the stadium, going oppo. It's going to be sickening to watch. I hope I'm wrong, but this seems like bulletproof. Like I'm trying to convince myself this isn't bulletproof for the Yanks, but this is Mortal Lock City, going to probably break the record for most home runs in a season. Like easily. I would bet that. Like it's ridiculous. Sanchez, Judge, and now Stanton is just absurd. So that's the biggest thing that's happened, and actually happened this morning. It's just wild. I mean, my mind is just it's no words.
I really don't have any words either. And the thing is that from what we've seen, we were trying to look up the trade before we started the pod, and we couldn't find any details on it. But the one player apparently involved is Starlin Castro. He's the only player.
And I went on Twitter and saw a quick thing when I, went and searched about the trade, mid-level prospects.
Right. What I think must be happening is that the Yankees are going to foot the entire $290 million contract, because there was some talk that the Marlins would take on some of that money, and I'm thinking because they gave up nothing, first off, you're giving up nothing for the NL MVP. I mean, look, I don't care how much money he's getting paid. It's worth it. But regardless of that, they're not giving up a lot. So I'm thinking they're going to have to pay a lot of the contract.
Yeah. That's probably ultimately what's going to happen. But, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Other teams will make some moves.
Yes.
You never know what can happen in baseball.
I expect the Sox to come in and try and make – they're going to try and make
Jose
a splash
Abreu?
now. I hope not. I'm hoping for someone actually good that we can get on the team.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Nothing says settling like watching your opponent get Giancarlo Stanton, then you picking up Jose Abreu, and you're trading all of your best prospects for him. But I will say this. I think I might have to make my first Yankee Stadium trip this year just to see Giancarlo. I need to see him in person to smash home runs. I'll hate it, but we'll play. You know what we'll do is we'll play him in FanDuel, and we'll watch it live.
Right, that would be fun. I cannot wait. Great. Yes, I will restart up on FanDuel Baseball this coming spring/summer. Sit my ass down in left center field at Yankee Stadium and just watch the points flow.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Imagine trying to put Judge, Sanchez, and Stanton on your team. It'd be ridiculous.
I think it would be impossible. You know what? You'd have to play Brandon Drury. At 3,300 at every position.
Yeah.
Our third outfielder would be that guy Aoki from the Mariners.
Yeah.
Or we'd be starting Marco Hernandez.
Yeah, and then we'd have to be throwing who knows that pitcher.
We'd be throwing Doug Fister.
Yeah, Fister. All the cheapest guys. But yeah, that's the biggest thing that's happened in the sports world. We're kind of just winging it here. This lovely snowy winter day in December. Let's talk about my locks again. You could say I'm 5-0 on the pod. I said lean Falcons -1, hedged it to the under. Both were locks if you took both, but my guarantee was on the under, which of course cashed. So keep following the kid.
I think I got a good question for you. You think in your gambling career, how many times did you go 5-0 like this? Like in just quick order.
Very rare. There was very rare times where I actually caught fire.
Okay.
Definitely some stretches though. They usually come in waves. It's not like it's something that happens weekly or daily. It's usually once every month, maybe. Okay. You hit 5 in a row. You got to get really hot. Yeah.
So what you're saying is possibly your picks tonight or for tomorrow and for Monday. They could be locks again, is what you're saying.
Right. These things come in waves. I wouldn't be shocked if I rattle off another 5 in a row. Just quickly pulling up my Sports Alerts app, which I use just to get a vague idea.
What was it again?
Sports Alerts.
Sports Alerts.
Yeah, it's got all the games. I don't really like ESPN, so I refuse to use their app.
Okay.
Whatever they have going on over there.
I like the one that Big Cat and PFT, they were advertising that for a while where you track your bets on there. But I didn't like it. I'm an ESPN app slave at the moment.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, Sports Alerts is what I go with. But let's see. I love bowl season, so expect a lot of bowl season picks coming up. And honestly, anyone who actually listens to this should fade because my bowl season record is it's putrid. For some reason, it just never works out. Never worked out for me during bowl season. I won't be betting on it because I don't bet anymore. But I will have locks for everyone else who feels like participating in some bowl season gambling. Couple quick stories actually about bowl season. One of my favorite bowl season memories is watching at my friend Josh Paldino's house. A couple years back, we were very into it, betting way too much money on football. We were watching Syracuse, Minnesota. I'm pretty sure it was. Yes, this was the bowl game. I know it was Minnesota for sure, and I'm about 80% sure it was Cuse as the opponent. Regardless, we were discussing the lock of the day, and we were just convinced, like, Syracuse has to beat Minnesota. Like, it just added up for some reason. I think that's when they had the Nassib, is it?
Oh, yep, Nassib, yep. Former Giants quarterback prospect.
Yeah. So we're like, he's gonna have a good day. Like the spread was like 3, and then we're all hyped up watching him Paldino's basement, and they're like announcing the game and how like some player's like family member just died.
Oh my!
Which was obviously sad, but Josh's reaction to it was just priceless. He goes, "Well, we are absolutely fucked." And Minnesota went on to steamroll Cuse by about 40, and it was never a contest. So whenever you have that emotional factor like that, you know you're just toast. Okay. And it was unfortunate that we were on the wrong side of that. And Bob just goes, well, we are just absolutely screwed. And if those who don't know Josh, his tone of saying certain things, like being serious, is just hysterical.
Yeah, I think that if you know Josh and you picture that, you could see it.
Feet reclined up, and he goes, well, this one is over, before it even started. And sure enough, we never had a hope. So it is what it is. But bowl season's going to be a fun one. And hopefully I have the locks, man.
Yeah. Are you going to? I know this is bowl season. Are you willing to make a little claim on the Army-Navy game?
Oh.
I know that's today. Yeah. So if we get it up in time, I think it will be up by then. So if you're lucky enough to listen before the Army-Navy game, you're getting a little inside scoop here, I think.
Okay. I haven't watched too much Army football this year or Navy, so I don't know much about this game. I can see the records. I've been trying to browse through, again, on the Sports Alerts app, which is one of my favorites, just trying to see how Navy's done this year against some good competition. Let's see. What do we got going on? They're independent, right?
They are, yeah. Yeah, Army independent, Navy, part of the prestigious AAC.
Okay, so I'm taking a look at the Army schedule right now. They lost at Ohio State only by 31, which isn't too bad. Looks like they can score points. Let's just take a look at a team like Ohio State. They only scored 7. Let's see what they. Okay, so Army primarily looks like runs the ball.
Yeah, they're known for that whole run game.
Expect a lot of runs in this Army-Navy game. Let's see. Well, I mean, against Ohio State, this one guy has looks like decent gains on the ground. It's probably in garbage time. It's hard to say, really.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way.
Historically, I like Army in this game, though.
Yeah.
Historically, Navy's always favored, and Army typically makes a game out of it. This year, it's only a field goal, though. It looks like. I would probably... And historically, I feel like they're high scoring as well, over 44. I would obviously... I mean, I wouldn't ever bet this game. Actually, I would bet this game. I would probably flip a coin. It's never fun to bet the under, so I would definitely go over, and I would probably take the dog in this one. Something's telling me Army in this one.
Well,
wouldn't actually bet it. If you're smart, don't, unless you watch Army football or Navy football. Okay. But would go Army and over. I'm not going to count this toward my record. I'll say I'm 4-0 since I pulled back on the lean.
Okay.
But that's what I would do. I won't put the K-Stritch stamp on it, though.
Okay.
There's other bowl games, however, I will have my stamp of approval on. You can bet that.
Okay, so, all right, I will say about Army and Navy. I'm looking at the numbers right now, points per game. Army gets 31 points per game, Navy 30. And Navy gives up 29 points per game, while Army gives up 21. If you're looking at the over-under, which is 44.5 right now on my ESPN app, when you think about it, I mean, that seems like a very reasonable, very reasonable to get to 44.
Right, and I think Vegas is trying to sucker us into that, or any gambler. So maybe under is the move, honestly. They want you to bet the over.
Okay, little reverse psychology.
I think so.
Okay.
But again, who knows with this one? It's tough to say.
Okay.
I mean, really no idea on that one. I will, however, give out my NFL picks because that is where I've been kind of hot. I can't lie. So we have, let's see. What do we got on Sunday night? Oh, this is a good game. We got Baltimore Pitt in conference. Rivals, we could say. Pitt looking like 4.5 favorite. I would probably, over under 43.5, I would probably take the points there with the Ravens. I like their defense. Pitt, people say play down to the level of the competition. I somewhat agree with that. And again, even last week, people probably thought after the Packers, almost beat them up in Pittsburgh that they were going to bounce back, like they had to wake it up. I wasn't buying into that, and that's why I said the Bengals were a mortal lock. I wasn't buying it for a second. The Bengals should have won. That's just classic Cincy choking. But this week, again, I'm not sold on Pitt. I don't think they blow them out. I think it's going to be a close game. If anything, it'll be one of those games where you feel really good about Baltimore plus 4.5, and then last second some bullshit happens, and for whatever reason they don't cover the spread. That's what I'm getting. You're going to be feeling so good about this bet, and then last second something crazy is going to happen, and Pitt will cover. And people with Pitt the whole time will be like, "Fuck, why did I take Pitt?" And then they're going to be like, "Wow, thank God I did." It's just going to be complete luck.
Okay, so it's going to be one of those, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Low scoring. I mean, Baltimore, I feel like, has been picking it up a little bit offensively, but I'm liking that 4.5 a lot.
Okay, that's all right. Putting a lot on the line, but I like it. I mean, I do like Baltimore as well, but it's going to be close, I think, because you're right with the team, the Steelers. They do play down to their competition. I could see Le'Veon going for like a 24 yards or 24 carries for like 76 yards, something like that.
Oh,
some trudge affair.
You know what? Last night I was pretty loose. I can't lie. I started pretty early, I'd say. Got after it, went to the Ave with my friends Ryan Rampone and James Brancato. We had a swell night at the Ave. It's a little spot on Farmington Ave in Berlin, Connecticut. 3 TVs. We watched the Celtics game. Very fun time, Mayor. Wish you could have attended.
You did text me. I thought about it, but I was just too tired. I wanted to stay in.
Yeah, it was a good time, to say the least. Let's see. Celtics, they lost. It was unfortunate.
Great game.
Yeah, Spurs are a tough team on the road, even without Leonard. I mean, they're going to be relevant, of course. But I was having a conversation with someone. I'm trying to think who. I don't recall. Actually, you know what? We ventured from the Ave to the tavern.
Oh, okay.
That's our spot. That's the spot.
Yeah.
And I forget who we saw there, but I was talking to this guy, I'm pretty sure, and I was telling him basically I would throw my firstborn, my house, the mortgage, anything on Patriots minus 11 Monday night. I said, you can't tell me the Patriots aren't going to win this game by 20 points without Gronkowski. I'm like, you got to be crazy. It's in New England, first of all.
No, it's in Miami. It's in Miami?
Oh, my app's wrong. Sports Alert let me down. Okay. Oh, you know what? I read it wrong. It is in Miami. Either way, there's no way that the Finns are going to cover the 11. I'll put the stamp on the Pats on that one. They're going to win by at least 21. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. But I was bugging me. I don't know who I was talking to. But this guy, he's pretty funny. He was laughing at me. I was probably making a fool of myself. I forget. I know we transferred to the tracks though.
Maybe we can get someone who was with you maybe to fill in the blanks. Maybe
should I give Bron a call?
Yeah,
hey, let's give Bron a call. You know what? I'm pissed because we were supposed to have Bron on this epi. He was going to talk about how he hates dogs.
A bunch of things.
The Vikings, Celtics. What else were we going to have him talk about? The Old Flames.
We were going to get into the Old Flames.
Hang on, I'm going to try and call Bron.
We were going to get into the Shy Sam's reunion. We were going to get into a little bit. He canceled on us. No reason given. Just said can't do it. Even though we agreed on 10:30 to 11. We started at 12. I'm sorry if that's a little, I didn't think James was so exclusive, but yeah, let's give him a call.
I'm calling right now. I don't know if this is going to sound good, but I'm calling.
I think it will.
You're kind of picking it up.
Yeah, it's picking it up good.
This is Bron. He's probably sleeping. I bet his mom, Karen Brancato, making him breakfast or something in bed. It's ringing out.
We'll have to give him a call later.
Am I getting service?
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
All right.
We'll give him a little. We'll give Rampone maybe.
Should we give Bron a try in a little bit here? I think that's what we should maybe give Bron a try. But yeah,
try Rampone.
Okay, we can give Rampone a try. Yeah, we wanted Bron on and didn't want to come on, so make sure you voice that displeasure to him if you could.
Yeah. We'll try Rampone. I'll give Rampone a quick call.
Okay.
Hopefully this sounds good though.
I think it will.
He might be sleeping. He's been ghost all morning.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a peep from Rampone.
We had the Yankee news and he didn't say anything about it.
Hope he's all right.
Yeah, me too. Right?
I'm kind of concerned, honestly.
Why is no one answering?
Your call has been
Jesus. Well, that didn't work as planned.
Yeah, we'll give James one more call later because I think he needs to explain himself a little bit. But yeah, I mean, so basis of what we're saying, we got Baltimore. What was it? Plus 4.5?
Yeah, I'm saying that. That's my lock. And then the Pats at Miami minus 11.
Minus 11.
I was trying to sell that to this guy at the tracks. I mean, I wish Rampone or Bron would pick up. I mean, I know we got after it. I hope they're okay. I know Bron is, but Rampone's really got me kind of concerned.
Yeah, I'm surprised, especially with that Stanton news. I thought we'd hear something.
Yeah.
You know what? One thing that was requested to talk about, and I'm glad I remembered this. I don't know if we're gonna set this up. I don't know if we're gonna be the ones to. I don't want to have to be the one to kind of do this whole thing. But we are being requested, yes, to look at or to have Travis Wood, first guest of the podcast. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. It's a classic. We want him to take a paternity test, or not paternity test. Maybe that too. Well, maybe that too. But also, we want to have him take that ancestry test. We want to know what he really is because we've been told a lot of things.
Yesterday, Woodman, Civi, chimed right into our group chat. He goes, "I'm Japanese." No joke. He says I'm Japanese. I just put my phone down and pretended he didn't say that. I couldn't tell if that was a joke, but it seemed pretty serious.
I think he was serious. I don't know if he was trying to be funny or not. I know that he does have like that Asian. He's attracted to the Asian girls. He always says that. Yeah. So maybe he's got something. He's got something going. I don't know. But yeah, we would like to possibly fundraise to get the paternity, and I keep saying paternity, but I mean, I think
that's one day, Mayor.
One day, I think I think it's not out of the question that he's going to have to take one of those.
So
at some point.
anybody who wants to throw a couple bucks, figure out what wood is, feel free to support the cause.
We already have one person, avid listener Danny Slomsky. He said he will donate $10 to the Find Out What Wood Actually Is fund. And I think I'm not opposed to donating to the cause.
I'm very interested. I have a feeling wood is going to be mainly European descent. Something tells me he's going to be zero not African American, which would be funny though. I have a feeling he's going to be zero Native American, zero Japanese, pretty much European. That's what he's going to be because his name is Travis Wood and he's a white male.
Well, let's put it this way. Do you think that he's a little bit concerned about taking this test because like all those stories he has, all that, like that could be shattered?
Travis's reputation, it could be ruined. It's on the line.
Yeah, this could either...
I don't know if I want to order this.
That's what I'm saying.
We might have to retract. We might have to tell our group of friends we're not doing this because I don't think my heart can handle hearing Wood's not Native American.
I don't think I could either. I don't want to.
Devastated.
I don't think I want to see his face when he gets back to test and says he's like 100% Italian or 100%. What does he say he is mostly?
Navajo.
He's mostly Navajo.
I don't know.
What was he said? Armenian?
Oh, Armenian. What if he's not Armenian?
Yeah. What if he's not Armenian? What if he's just like French or Italian or something?
No, it's gonna be funny if Wood's 100% Polish.
That would be the funniest thing I think I would ever hear.
I would be crying.
Oh my God.
A lot of funny stuff has been going on today. I walk into Bank of America. Just had to activate the old debit card, and while I'm in there, I see great guy, friend of mine, AJ Marsiglia. This kid is electric. He just doesn't miss a beat. I feel like he would crush the pod life. He says he loves podcasts. I might have to tag him in this one so he can hear it. But we were just shooting this shit for a solid 10 minutes. I think we were the only two in Bank of America just sort of talking about, life in general, some strip club talk.
Okay.
Locker room talk going on. In Bank of America, like there's the tellers and there's people on the side. And it's just me and AJ sitting there kind of talking about like what's going on in our lives. And then we just, we decided, well, why are we here again? And then went over and did our business per usual, sat down, got taken care of.
Okay.
Came over here, did the pod. It was great talking to him. He's got some good content for sure.
Okay. Hey, I'm 100%. I'm 100% in for anyone, willing to bring that content and that's how it is.
He definitely would be able to bring the content. I feel like he would be a solid guest to have. I was telling him too. I love his Chargers. We were talking about the Chargers. He had the the background on his phone, the Chargers squad.
Okay.
I mean, that's it. I respect the Chargers. Respect AJ.
Think Chargers are the only team that's really been that played it close with the Pats for a while.
A couple missed field goals, of course, in that one, but nonetheless, honestly, the team I don't want to see in the playoffs would be Philly Rivs.
Yeah.
The Rivers would be running.
Yeah, because we already said, no doubt, you're not scared of the Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Not scared.
No. And I mean, I was telling them, we were just talking because I do these things sometimes where I go to do a task and I get dragged into other, tasks out of nowhere. So I'm sitting down talking with this lady, banker, whatever, about like my current situation with work and the debit card. She's like, "Oh, why don't you just get a credit card too at Bank of America?" I was sold. So now I have a Bank of America credit card. Didn't mean to get that accomplished this morning, but it just happened. We were going through some of my debts. I don't have many, luckily.
Okay.
Just my car, my other credit card at TD, and she's looking at the balance. She's like, "Oh, that's a little high," because it was. And I was explaining to her how I went to the Ryan Lee banquet this summer, and again, seems to happen a little too much. Got a little aggressive with the booze. Started thought it was smart to put my hand up with a silent auction going on.
No, you did.
And I accidentally spent $800 on 3 trips to Florida. Flight not included.
Oh, yeah.
So it was to the Marriott. All 3 times, 2-night stays, basically St. Petersburg, Orlando, and I want to say Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. What happened to those? Do you still have those?
We're not going to talk about what happened with those, just because certain listeners, my girlfriend could hear. So we're not going to talk about what happened to those.
Oh, okay. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, those are gone though.
Okay.
It's safe to say they're not in my possession. They were sold off. But yeah, that kind of I felt like might have ruined my credit having that high balance. I mean, I have a high limit anyway, but still, I was explaining to this banker. She's like, "Wow." She's like, "You got to be careful at those events." I was like, "Yeah, next time I'm ever at a silent auction, I will not be putting my hand up."
Yeah.
Safe to say.
Safe to say.
Not the best decision. Also, I get apparently a free credit report coming in the mail next couple weeks.
Okay.
Because she had to pull that, consented, whatever, to see if I am approved, which I was. So it couldn't be.
Great news.
Yep.
So they can't be that bad.
Apparently it can't be too. No, I don't know. Regardless.
Yeah, credit cards are I'm a history teacher. I know nothing about really any types of finance things, any type of debt, anything like that. I'm clueless. I'm lucky that I have a group of friends who all work in the business world, because if I need help in the near future, at least I know that I have people who can look at the numbers and actually understand like what they're saying. But regardless, from what I can tell, it really doesn't come down to how much you spend. It's just how much you're able, if you're paying it off or not, is really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, I always pay off the credit card a little bit. I always just racking up the big balance over time. I mean, just paying a little down here and there. I mean, it is what it is. I'll be careful in the future. It's just, also, I was going to say, I'm going to be interested. LA Fitness, I don't think they like me.
Okay.
I made a very rash decision around this time last year where I hightailed it to Agawam, Mass. To live with a buddy of mine I used to work with. Shout out Cubes, my guy Brandon Cubic. I don't think he uses social media much. He does enjoy the pods, I think. Okay. I don't know. Regardless, had to meet up with him. I finally got the last of my clothes after moving out about 8 months ago. So I met up with him at the old workplace where I used to be that he's still at, and gave me his clothes. We were talking for a little bit. But when I was living up in Agawam, new year, new me, joined LA Fitness, went 3 times, spent $150 a month, and canceled my debit card.
Okay, hold on a second. $150 a month?
Mayor, like I said, sometimes I go places to join a gym, and they end up selling me on the premium deal.
Like, let's just put it this way. I mean, Wow Fitness, where I currently go, a lot of people go, it's 2 for $10.
Mayor, I understand.
Okay,
it was one of the worst decisions of my life.
Okay. At least you could say that. Okay.
Don't know what was going through my mind. Basically, and the thing is, I don't know if he gets, like, compensated if he's sales or whatever for selling this on me. Yeah. He did a horrible job. It doesn't take much to sell me, change my mind on certain opinions. You just got to give me some facts, and if I agree, I'll follow you. Simple as that. It's not difficult. So this guy sold me $150 a month. I paid for, I want to say, 3 to 4 months that I was living up in Agawam, Massachusetts. And I texted him one day. I said, buddy, I mean, I've literally been 3 times. I've literally handed you guys $600 for doing nothing. I'm going to cancel this. And then he just literally didn't respond for like a day or two. Then sends me a link, says you can do that here. Went on there. Thought I did it properly. Still get emails and mail sent to that house in Agawam, apparently. So if they think I'm paying them 8 months, because it was a year contract, it could be an issue. Don't want to have to pay that. Afraid it might go to collections. I was telling this banker lady. She goes, "Oh, well, you should probably figure that out." I said, "Yeah, I will," and we'll see what happens with that. It's going to be interesting for sure. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Mayor?
I have so many thoughts, really.
Initial reaction.
I would say, I honestly don't know. I mean, so did they cancel your thing? You say you went through the canceling process. Did you sign like a year thing where you had to pay for the year? Is that basically what happened, or was it like per month? It can't be per month. I can't see it like that. So it had to have been like I'm paying this for a certain amount of time. So I could see it coming to maybe some collections. Yeah, I could see it.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's not, I mean, credit's important. It's not like I'm buying anything of significance anytime soon, like a house.
Yeah.
I feel like I could work it up. Maybe this new credit card, work up the credit. Okay. I don't think I'm bad off anyway right now, regardless. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this LA Fitness, though. I'll keep people updated, though. It's definitely a wild card. Also, I didn't really catch what you were saying there a little bit because James. Oh! Okay, everyone, quiet. I'm gonna let's act like we're not doing the pod, Mayor.
Okay.
Let's act like we're not doing the pod.
We got a call from James.
It'll be just me.
Okay, go.
Bronny, what's going on, kid?
Not much. What's going on?
Nothing, dude. Was gonna go to Mary's in a little bit, start recording the podcast. Wish she could have made it on.
I know. I'll do it. I don't know. When's your next one? Monday?
I think we're gonna try and do it Tuesday. Have it out Wednesday. We'll see. But yeah, it's snowing out right now. You couldn't make it over? Is that what's going on, Bron? Or are you a little hungover?
I'm fine. I just not in the mood for it today.
Oh, you're getting sketchy, Bron. I'm very interested to know what you're doing on a Saturday afternoon. I'm intrigued. I can't lie.
Not a damn thing, very honestly.
Oh, Bronny. All right, and also I was calling. I wanted to know who was I talking to last night at the tavern on the tracks talking about Patriots minus 11. Who was that?
It's Rampone's uncle.
What? Are you sure?
Yeah, I forgot his name. Oh my god, yeah, dude, he's a janitor. That's why he knows Jordan Wacker.
Oh, I think I was telling him like he should put his entire paycheck salary on the Pats minus 11. I like that guy. He was funny.
I remember you saying that. You were talking about the Cowboys too and stuff. It was hilarious.
Yeah, we definitely got after it last night. Safe to say.
Oh, just a tad.
A little aggressive for a cat. What started out as a casual Friday night.
Yeah, the gin and tonics got you going, huh?
My favorite drink of choice, Bron.
Yeah, I think my favorite was you telling the waitress you.
Whoa! Hang on a second. Bronny, plot twist. We're doing the pod right now, and you're on the pod. You made it.
I figured that. I could hear Mayor laughing.
Yeah, you can't. No, we're gonna have to edit that part out.
We're gonna have to touch that up.
We're gonna have to touch that up.
Didn't realize we couldn't have any bad language.
No locker room talk, Bron. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say anything too bad to the waitress. I was just being a little rude. That's all.
A little bit, and then throw in the garbage can.
Yeah, toss the old garbage can once I walked out the avenue. Yeah, I was a little pissed off about the Celtics loss, Bron.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough loss, but it happens.
Yeah, it is what it is. Long season. It's only December.
It is. I mean, I just couldn't believe Manu made that shot.
Oh, that was ridiculous. You're bringing back some of the highlights of last night. Thank you for that, Bronny.
Oh. Yeah, no problem. I mean, not the best Spurs covering the spread by half a point, too.
Oh, yeah, that was unfortunate for some, not me. But, yeah, that was something. Well, Bron, we appreciate you taking out some of your time to, I guess, come on the pod.
Yeah, I mean, I got doing nothing else on the couch right now. So.
Yeah, we know, Bron. You couldn't make it. Yeah,
you're not here, are you, James? I don't know what's going on here.
Who is Bron hanging out with at his house is the question.
James, who is over?
Who's over, Bron?
You can drive by, Stritch. There's not a
Old
single
Flames?
car.
Oh, see, I see what Bron's. You're baiting us into driving by. The car's probably in your garage or
you
somewhere.
want us to drive by? It's snowing out. We're not driving. You know what? I might drive by.
All right, so there's an Old Flame at your house right now. Is what you're saying?
Leave it up to discussion. Whatever you guys.
We will, Bron. We will. We got more stuff to talk about, Bron. So we're gonna have to cut you off here, but we appreciate you taking the time.
Always a pleasure, boys.
All right, take it easy, kid.
Peace.
Wow.
Wow,
Bron tried to blow my spot. Okay, for the record, the waitress, this is what I said to her. I'll be clear. I don't want Bron making up any phony shit. I said I would because she cut me off from, I'm a consumer.
Right.
I'm trying to, boost the economy.
Where was this? Was this at the Avenue?
This is at
or
the Avenue.
Okay.
This is at the Avenue. I mean, I'm assuming only 7 people listen to this, so I don't really care.
Keep going.
Anyway, I mean, I was definitely intoxicated, and I told this waitress I would fuck her world up. Apparently, I don't know if I said it like directly at her, but when I got cut off, I was like not happy apparently, and this is what I'm getting from the morning texts. So that's what I said. I didn't like make any aggressive moves sexually, anything like that.
You would never.
There was definitely a few older women that I feel like back in my single days could have easily bagged. Easily. Like, you should see some of, like, the older people here that go to this bar. I don't know if they're from Berlin or not, but the level of competition is not high. It's not good. So I feel like Woodsy, when he gets home in a couple weeks, if we go to the Avenue, Wood could pull. And we already know he's got a thing for the moms because he did. I don't know. For those of you who don't know, Wood could, like Mary, you were saying paternity. He could have a kid because he was chatting with this. We'll say MILF. She wasn't that hot.
Subjective. She was a mom who
was a mom with a kid that Wood apparently, I think, hooked up with. I don't know. But ironically enough, the last time Wood hung out with her was like a year and 8 months ago, and the kid's now 1 year old. You do the math. Does Wood have a kid out there? Maybe.
I'm going to put it at probably.
Probably.
I don't think it's out of the question that Wood. I think he might have to take a paternity test for that kid. I mean, the times just match up. No wonder why he went to Texas, had to go. He said, I have to go. Well,
he had to escape this lady, I think.
He had to escape the lady.
And he still has a thing for her, so maybe probably 100% yes. Wood has a kid out there.
100%. We don't want to come to conclusions like that, but yeah, Wood does have a child. One thing I was going to say, when it comes to like these like Berlin like bars and like Berlin restaurants, like not only the Avenue but the Tavern, you just don't know like what you're going to walk into. Like on Thursday, me and James, Thursday Night Football, waiting for Mr. Eric Cody to get home. We're at the Tavern, we walk in, packed. Cars all down the road everywhere. And it was some police function, I think. Like the police were there, a bunch of cops were there. Out of uniform, just enjoying some beers, and there's me and James just sitting in the middle of them all. So you really never know, like when you go into these places, what you're going to get into. So you might be right. Some days you walk in and there could be some MILFs there, or subjectively hot MILFs for Wood to kind of pounce on. And we'll have to ask him about that when he comes back on the pod, if he comes back on the pod. I don't know if he'll be upset after we've been talking about him a good bit today.
Yeah.
Almost the whole time.
Yeah. But yeah, what are we looking like right now on the time? Anything else you want to really discuss, touch upon here, man?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much touched it all. We were going to, we talked about what we were going to talk about, and then we were going to have James come on, and James decided to back out for no reason, it seems.
Yeah,
just didn't feel
got
like
him on. We technically got him on. I think the rest of my day I might go do some shopping. Okay. Still got to buy the Christmas presents. Every year the Stritch fam gets together. Okay. My mom's side, and we do I don't know, is it Secret Santa or the Yankee swap? I don't know. Yeah. Everyone buys something that's $20 or less, and then you pick which one you want, and I don't know how it works. I got to go get that. So that's on the to-do list. Other than that, maybe potential poker night.
I saw it.
Who knows? Potential poker night. No, not much going on. Hopefully some good stuff happens between now and the next pod, so we have some good content, though.
Yeah. I mean, personally, what I'm going to be in a few hours subjecting myself to watching UConn basketball.
That was
a big Coppin State matchup.
Yes, now that you say that, I will put my stamp of approval on Coppin State spread.
What is it?
I'm pretty sure it's like 25-ish.
I mean, it's. I remember looking at the Columbia line when it was Columbia. It was UConn -11. I said, "This is ridiculous. How can they do this? How can UConn be only favored by 11?" And then they almost lost. Even though I love my Huskies, I would agree. I would say no matter what the spread is, I would take it. Let's see. It is. Ooh, little fun fact: Northern Illinois is -7.5 against CCSU this evening.
Oh,
CCSU's looking good. I don't know. I'm not a big betting guy. I haven't even seen CCSU play. But
it pops at you though.
It pops at me because they've been playing pretty well from what I've seen, like on the box score. But okay, yeah, UConn is -25.
Yeah, give me Coppin State all day long. I mean, I like that a lot. I mean, it's honestly I'm seeing 27 too. I don't know. It's gonna probably Coppin State, but I wouldn't touch it again. I do really like that though. Won't put the stamp on it like I will with my 2 NFL bets.
Okay.
That I'm liking. Again, don't gamble. Just for fun, everybody.
Of course.
Because if I did do it for real, I would be losing all of these. But yeah, that should be good. I'll watch the UConn game a little bit too. Oh, I was going to give a shout out as another shout out. I know I already kind of did one. Actually, you know what? I'll save the shout out. We already did a shout out today. AJ Marsiglia, great guy. Love AJ. Always good seeing him. He's quite the character. Always funny. It was honestly a pleasure to sit down in Bank of America with him today. I mean, hope it happens again in the near future. I would love that. Maybe record the pod in Bank of America.
I'm sure they would definitely let us do that. But yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty much it. I think make sure you tune in on. We're gonna have the next one up Wednesday, episode 5. Episode 5 up Wednesday. Maybe we'll have Bron in to do the entire interview that he was supposed to do. We'll see. And then, just be on the lookout. I'm always releasing some things on YouTube, like some extras and stuff. So be on the lookout for those because there's some funny stuff coming that I've been working on.
Love that, Mayor. Love to hear that. Also, Duke's losing to BC 48-41. I went to the Hartford Hawks game when they played BC last week. They put up a better fight than the Dukies. I'm going to call D'Lo. I'm going to call and chirp him real quick. I'm going to see. I love the phone calls. D'Lo. Is this kid picking up? I think he picked up.
What?
D'Lo.
What?
What's going on, guy? What's going on with the Dukies?
What's up?
They're losing 48-41 at the half.
Oh, my bad. It's over at half?
Yeah, game's almost over, guy. You're getting blown out.
All right, we'll see.
All right.
I'll call you right after the fucking buzzer rings, Stritch. Pussy.
All right, guy. That sounds good. D'Lo had no idea that he was on the pod there. That's great. He's at the BC game right now. He's actually there at the game. There. Halftime, he's down by 7. Just give him a quick chirp. I think he's by the sound of the context there, he might have a couple. He might be sipping a little bit. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I mean, I would if I went to the Duke BC game.
Yeah. And you know what I will say about Duke? They always come back in the second half. So I'm sure he's not. He's like Russell. They're like Russell Wilson, where the first half stinks, second half good. I would love a Duke loss while Max is in the building. I will say that. And I don't like to root against teams except for the Warriors. But I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the Duke program. Honestly, they're not as appealing as they used to be. We already talked about this. I don't like the one-and-done guys. Coach K is following suit like that. He used to build a nice team, but they're converting more like Kentucky. I mean, I just don't like as much. I'll still like. I hope Duke wins this game. I still like the program, but they're less and less appealing the more they do this type of stuff with the one-and-dones. So, just my opinion. So, all
right. I think that's it. I mean, thanks for listening. Make sure you check back on Wednesday, episode 5 on SoundCloud. Episode 1 is coming off SoundCloud, and it's going to be on YouTube forever now because we don't want to pay the premium that Spotify or that SoundCloud wants. So make sure you look for that on YouTube, and then that's where all the archived episodes and all the little extra stuff is going to be. Anything else you want to add there, kid?
No, that's good. Also, glad to see Rampone's alive. He shot me a message.
He is alive.
Said you called. I just said, just wanted to touch base, about last night, see what was going on with everything. But I think Bron clarified pretty well. But this was I'd say successful, good pod. That was Rampone's uncle. He just confirmed. Loved him. I absolutely love this guy. He was awesome.
That's good. Glad to hear Rampone is alive, I will say.
Yeah, Rampone's alive. His uncle was awesome to talk to about the sports. I don't know, I might have been annoying him a little bit because I obviously was very intoxicated seeing some outrageous stuff. But, I mean, he was a blast. I would go back there and definitely have a drink or two with Rye's uncle. It was a good time. But, yeah, we got to wrap this up. We're going to have a great day. Everyone drive safe in the snow that live in Berlin, New England area. And that's it. Have a good one.